Well, this is a big old bar of silver. It is stunning, it is beautiful, but it's impractical as all hell. 5 kilos all in one place is expensive, it's heavy, it's just a little bit of a potential liability. But we can at least admire how incredible it is, and it's cheap. So let's have a good old look at it and see whether it's better than this 1 kilo Silver Britannia. Everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a warm welcome to you all joining me for this week's In Focus Friday, the show where we take a good close look at cool things made of silver or gold. We've got a double-headed episode today, and it's a big one. We have two very large pieces of silver, this 5 kilo, that's 160 ounces, of Umicore fine silver. What a piece this is. Goodness me, it's incredible. And we also have a 1 kilo Silver Britannia with King Charles on it. So, two very different products that sit at different ends of the premium spectrum. We've got super cheap and a pretty high premium piece of silver, quite frankly, but unique and very cool in its own right. So, what's best to buy? Now, I don't pretend to be a financial advisor, but I can at least share some of my insights on the pros and cons of both, talk a little bit about them, and why maybe some people might lean towards these, but others might lean towards the big chunky Britannia. So, without further ado, let's crack on and have a good close look at these cool things made of silver. So, first up, we have the 5 kilo Umicore fine silver 999 bar. It's a big one. It's a chunky monkey. This is probably, so I've seen a 5 kilo silver bar before. I think when I went to Blair Bullions down in the southwest of England. It was a long time ago, but I remember seeing a 5 kilo bar there. But I've forgotten how dense it feels and how chunky they are. They are certainly a sight to behold. Are they practical? Hell no. They are the most impractical, with the exception of the 1,000-ounce good delivery bars. These are probably some of the most impractical weighted silver bars out there in this world. It's stupidly heavy and dense. It's just huge. And of course, being 5 kilos, its worth is around 3,000 spot price and about 3,200 retail. In fact, we sold it for 3,200 retail the other day, and it went within a few hours. I kind of thought it might still be available at the time of release of this video. I'm actually filming the same day that I put this up for sale, and it's gone. And I kind of expected it to sell, I just didn't expect it to sell quite so quick. It's a big chunky monkey, and the cons of having something like this is that you do need to find one individual buyer with enough clout and cash to take it off your hands in one go. If you have, of course, 5 1 kilo bars, then you have the luxury of being able to sell just one, but you do have to then find 5 people. So there is that element of it as well. If you're selling this on the peer-to-peer market, you've got to factor in things like special delivery insurance. It only goes up to £2,500, and if you're going to send something this chunky, how are you going to post it? It's heavy, you've got to package it correctly. There are a whole host of different little things to think about. If you're selling it to a dealer, you'd be lucky to get spot for these types of bars, quite frankly, maybe even a touch under spot for them. So always worth thinking about. But it does sit at the really low premium end. We sold it for £20 an ounce, which I think is a bargain price for silver right now. And as I said, it went within a few hours. So a really interesting piece, but doesn't come without its foibles. The weight of it is really the big prohibiting factor. If you want to bug out the 5 kilo bar, and a lot of people will be like, oh, Backyard Bully, you need to go to the gym and do some weights if you can't manage a 5 kilo bar. You try it. You just try picking up a 5 kilo super dense object and holding it up with one hand on camera. It ain't easy. It, trust me, is not easy. You try putting it in your pocket and running with it. It's not going to happen. If you need to bug out with 5 kilos of silver, it is tough. And £3,000 is not like life-changing money. If you put that into the gold perspective, you're looking at maybe 2 ounces of gold, as an equivalent. It's very, very different. So yeah, 5 kilos of silver, beautiful chunky monkey, but impractical as all hell. So moving down the weight scale to the 1 kilo category, we have the Britannia here. Now this is a pickup for myself that I have bought. It's to finish off my kind of changing of the guard collection, as I have called them. I've bought a fair few different pieces within the range of Queen Elizabeth and then into King Charles, and I have got the QE2 version of this Kilo Britannia for 2023. So this is a 2023 coin, as we can see up here. And they produced one with the Queen just before she died in September. Early September they came out. So I got that one. And then when we worked out that there'd be a 2023 coin with King Charles on, I thought it would be good to get that as well, to have both monarchs on the 2023s. So the practicalities of a Kilo coin are or sort of similar to the 5 kilo bar in that you have to find a person with a large chunk of change to buy it off you when the time comes to buy. They come at a huge premium too, which is something to factor in. Now, I bought this from Atkinson's Bullion, not sponsoring today's video, but they're a go-to dealer of mine, and they were significantly cheaper than the Royal Mint, as in like 75, 80 pounds cheaper. In fact, after my cash back that I get through my bank card, I ended up nearly £100 cheaper on this than directly from the Mint, which I think is pretty telling of the Mint's pricing at the moment. But hey, still, it was about 930, 940, no, it's about 950, I think, something like that. So huge premiums on this when you think about it's a kilo of silver. And a kilo bar would have been about 650. So you're paying about £300 worth of premium on this. Some of that is VAT, tax, our old favourite thing. Now, the counter argument here is that these big Britannias, they are cool, they are limited, they are beautiful. They are not like a bullion bar that is just a chunk and a lump of silver, like this big old Umicore. If the Royal Mint made a 5 kilo silver coin, I'd probably be quite tempted because they don't make them in mass numbers, and it would be a very interesting product, I think, to have. So that said, that's why I think some of these are okay within a stack, but the liquidity of them is something I have small concerns over. Again, it's finding a buyer on the other end that is willing to pay A, the premium, and B, have that large amount of cash up front to buy that. The only thing that is really good about this is that it is capital gains tax exempt. So if you do make a profit on it here in the United Kingdom, you do not have to pay, you don't even have to factor it into your calculations or declare it on your tax forms. It's just profit. If you have big bars, they can add up to a lot of profit quite quickly, and then you have to pay taxes on them. So that's something to factor in. So capital gains tax exemption on this is very important. The other thing that I've always said about these big kilo coins is they have a £500 denomination on them. Now, it's very unlikely that silver will go to a very low price of, say, £5 an ounce or something. But if it did, the silver content of this coin would be worth, about, if it was £5 an ounce, it would be about £150. Very low. So you would see, wait, is my maths right? 30 times 5, 3 times 5, yeah, £150. So if £5 an ounce silver happens, this is worth more in its fiat currency denomination than any dealer would give you for spot price. And in fact, because of the very sort of high denomination of £500, if silver's spot price got below £15.50 an ounce, it's worth more in fiat currency than it is in spot price value of the metal. Now, we are not factoring in premiums here, so that's something to bear in mind. But the point here is that this, I think, is a pretty cool piece, unique. It's something that I quite like, the big chunky kilos, and I now have a little collection of them. Will I buy them every year? No, I don't think I will. I think this is the first one with King Charles on to complete that little series of the Queen and the King on my kilo coins, but I don't think this is something that I will commit to for forever. It's more of a kind of collector's itch that I've scratched rather than anything else. So there we have the big chunky 5 kilo Umicore. This is special. I will be missing it when I pack it up and send it off to its new owner. As I said, it was sold part of my bullion selling business that I do. It went within a few hours. We posted it here on YouTube as well as through our newsletter email blast. And I hope we have more big bars like this in the future. If you are looking to sell at a decent and sort of achievable price, so you see a lot of wannabes put this kind of bar up for £4,000, and that's just not something that people will pay for. But if you've got a big chunk of silver and you want to get a reasonable price for it, certainly more than you'd get from a dealer, then get in touch. And likewise, if you're looking to buy big things like this, then get in touch as well, at reasonable prices, of course. That's what my service is all about. My emails are down in the description box below. It's BYB@Backyard Bullion. Otherwise, that's it from me. A huge and massive thank you to all of my Backyard Bullion ramblers for listening to the back end of a video. And I'd love to know from you whether or not you would get the Umicore big kilo, maybe not the 5 kilo because that's quite a large chunk of change, but maybe you'd get a Umicore kilo over a Britannia kilo, or maybe you get the Britannia kilo over a Umicore kilo. It would be great to hear from you down in that comment section. Ramble on, we'll see you next time. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.